Clone High is now back on HBO Max, and the first two episodes dropped today, and now it's rebranded as HBO Max. So yeah, I will say, I am gonna be reviewing the show weekly as it drops. I did review the first season of the show. If you don't know, Clone High was a show that in 2003 got canceled. That's why this show is now set in 2023, and as just kind of like a meta thing, and it's a whole thing. The show's fun, and it's a really awesome show, and you should watch it. It's created by the guys who did the Lego Movie, Clever Chance of Meatballs, things like that. Very talented people, and this is a show that if you're an animation fan, you really liked this show, you've been waiting for, because that show ended on that cliffhanger, and we get the return. And I watched these couple episodes, and I didn't hate them, but there was definitely something missing about them. In fact, there was a couple things that missed me and that I was missing with these first two episodes. So the first episode was probably my least favorite because it was just getting back into the swing of things, and it had the least amount of jokes that actually worked, because the simple fact was the show literally started and it was just like, okay, we're gonna throw all this modern terms, lingo, cancel culture at you, which I don't mind. I saw this video about this guy complaining that some people saw the episodes early and they didn't like them, and they thought, well, what, they did an episode about cancel culture? How fucking overdone is that? I'm like, well, just because something's overdone doesn't mean it can't be, done well, or have some new point or thing put to it. Like, cancel culture is still a big issue. Like, you could do something with that. But in this episode, they don't really make any interesting statements about cancel culture, and it was just kind of boring, and a lot of the jokes just didn't work. And then it's like, okay, there's that. But the jokes about them being in 2023, some of it worked, and I had some fun with it. But the way they also just kind of throw you into these new characters and don't really give you time with the old characters in the episodes was like, okay, like, I think these new characters are fine, but our new characters are what we came to see. And I feel like kind of in that first episode, throwing all these new characters at you was like, Like, I feel like the second episode could have been retooled to be the introductory to the new characters. That's just me. But I enjoyed this episode overall. I had some fun with it. And there's definitely some decent gags. Episode 2, on the other hand, I enjoyed a lot more. First of all, I enjoyed the I Know What You Did Last Summer parody vibe to it. I enjoyed the jokes a lot more in this one. Like JFK becoming an angry commenter. That was pretty funny. And like stuff like that was funny. I don't know why I'm saying like so much. Anyways, yeah, it really just worked for me in a lot of instances. Not all the jokes worked. There was definitely more that missed, I think, overall. I think this show in the humor department isn't working as well. And I'm going to just address the elephant in the room of why that is. Gandhi's not here. Gandhi was the funniest character in the original Clone High. I get why he's not here, but overall, he is just totally missing, and a lot of the jokes just don't work because of that. I tried to get past that, but then the other thing too was this show kept reminding you of Gandhi, and in kind of disrespectful ways. They have a joke where Abe is like, I talked to my best friend Gandhi, and then you just see him frozen still, and you're like, guys, no. The joke was funny, but it was also disrespectful to the people who want to see that character. Like, most of us know why Gandhi can't be in this show, but we're not happy about it. We know that he's based on a religious figure, Gandhi from India, and that country very much did not like his portrayal in the show, so we don't get to have him in the show. But us who are not Indian, thought the character was funny, we didn't get that offended by it, and we want that character in the show. He can't be in the show, which sucks, because he was a good character. And to be honest, if you ask me, that country was being a little bit too sensitive. But, you know, I get it. So now we have this problem of like, hey, he can't be in the show, and they're making all those jokes reminding us that he's not there, and that makes it worse. But I think that's only going to be a problem for the first 2 episodes. The other thing I thought that was missing from the show is music. I know like the original Clone High had a lot of music, and I know a lot of it was very early 2000s, but it definitely feels like it's missing in the show. Like, you know, you had the musical guest stars and things. I hope we get some of those. I just don't think we will. But I still had fun with these first 2 episodes. I have a feeling that these first 2 episodes are just kind of rough around the edges, and maybe the rest of the season will get better. That's just me. But I hope so, because I was not in love with these first 2 episodes. I thought they were okay. Some jokes really landed, others didn't, and I'm kind of a little bit worried about this show.